Training is about stressing your body and having an adaptation to it, but you also need to recover like a champ. In this next segment, Chris and I talk about some ways to help you recover better. I've been running now 25 years, and I've kept all my training logs.
Yeah.
And I was looking back at them a few days ago, just for fun. And I realized that, back when I was a university student at Stanford University, I was on a powerhouse track and field team, some really, really good athletes on the team, and I was always underperforming. But I had 4 stress fractures in 2 years, and bronchitis 3 times in 4 months. So I was chronically injured, chronically sick.
Yeah.
And now with retrospection, realized that I was in a bit of a REDS cycle, which reduced energy deficit syndrome. So underfueling inadvertently. I wasn't purposely trying to restrict calories or anything like that. I just was living the college life, busy, not sleeping enough, and found myself injured, sick, and not performing well.
Yeah.
So I've learned a lot since then, and now I'm really regimented about going to sleep and eating and trying to manage the big recovery tools.
Yeah.
Realizing that you need to train hard and recover hard to see progress. But I'm curious, what are some other modalities people can use? And also, that's the first question. Second question is, how do we know, besides waiting till you get really sick or really injured, how do you know if you're just kind of like pushing the overtraining or pushing the under recovery a little bit too much?
Yeah. So it's a great thing that you said there about you've got your training logs and your journals going back all that time, and now with time and experience, you can make these connections. So I think that's the first thing, is keep really detailed notes.
Yeah.
That can be your sleep. Did I get 8 hours of sleep? Was it restful sleep, or was I tossing and turning? So what was the quality like?
Are you up all night with kids?
Yeah, do you have kids?
It's not my fault now if I don't sleep well.
Exactly. Or are you the collegiate athlete that I'm really good Monday to Friday or Sunday to Thursday, but hey, I like to have fun on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
And so 2 nights out of 7, you're blowing it. Now, if 2 out of 7, that's 30%. Where else in your training would you say, I'll blow it on 30% of my nutrition, or in my training, I'm going to skip out on 30% of what? You wouldn't give that up. So keeping really good notes on your sleep, documenting your nutrition. What are you eating? When? How much? How did you feel? Understanding that you need to eat both to fuel your training and to recover after it. Okay? And then looking at things that the training itself. What did you do in the gym, and how long were you in there, and what were the loads, and what was the volume like? So if you're able to track all these things, you're going to start to see when something is off.
That's true, because often I find I can look back 6 weeks in my training log, and something I did then, like a switch in intensity or volume or high stress event, often is what I think is the reason for something that happens 6 weeks down the road.
Yeah.
So I'll tell people, well, keep your journal and look back. Did you do something different?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not that we're doing too much. We're not overtrained. We're probably under-recovered. And if we are the weekend warrior or the masters athlete or the business professional that is trying to get to that sub-elite or that next level, we have more demands on our plate. We're not just the pro athlete that just has to worry about training. Usually there's family and spouse and kids and taxes and jobs and everything else. And so we've got more stress to manage, and it's that impacts and it impedes sometimes our ability to recover. Okay. So, we wanted then, with our journaling and keeping track and records, what's our heart rate when we wake up in the morning, and tracking that for a while. You can get into HRV and the omega weight heart rate variability. So it's a measure, it was first kind of used by the cosmonauts, the Russian astronauts, and they wanted to see the effects on space, on cardiac rhythms and heart function. And it basically means when a body is under stress between the diastolic, systolic pulses of the heart, it starts getting really compressed and regular. We want to see natural wave and fluctuation. That means more parasympathetic, more rest digest,
Gotcha.
more recovered, feeling good.
So that you need a special watch for that, a special heart rate monitor?
Exactly, yeah. There's different tools and wearables.
Okay.
That'll tell you, but even if you don't get into that, just tracking it in the morning and usually...
Before you even sit up in bed, right? You lie down.
One, we're probably gonna have a lower heart rate then, but probably upon awakening, we're not thinking about that thing at work that really bothers.
That's what wakes me up in the morning.
Exactly. Well, hopefully not all the time.
Okay.
Or if it is,
so try to do it in a calm state before you're fully awake. Before you set up.
Exactly.
Okay.
All the stressors for
and
the
kind
day.
Of mark that.
That come on, right? And also then it's always done at a consistent time of day. So we can eliminate different variations of like, I did it before training or after training. I did it fasted or I did it after.
It's a control.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's consistent. Okay. You can look at little things like apps, and there's even free apps for this that'll test your nervous system in terms of if I just set a certain amount of time, it'll count down like a 3, 2, 1, and it's how quickly can you tap. Okay. So it's not measuring strength. It's not measuring fitness. It's measuring your ability to react. And that's impaired by stress and recovery.
Okay.
So that tap test can be another one. We do something in here with the athletes in the gym. When they come in for training, we just have them do 3 jumps. Because again, it's more nervous system to be able to jump well than it is training for a lot of effects. So when we see variations on that, you can look at things like your mood. Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you excited? Are you, is your anxiety up or down?
Yeah.
We can look at other things too of tissue quality and say, geez, I am not moving well. I can't get into the positions. Maybe we're squatting and it just feels tight.
Yeah.
Maybe a lift, it feels really sore. And keeping these notes, you'll start to see the trends and the patterns and the connections.
I find for me, when I'm cranky for no reason, that's usually an indication I'm training too hard, not recovering well enough, or going to get sick, which is also going to
and we talk about, more experienced and high-level athletes, that they're really good at listening to their bodies, but we forget that we think it's everything neck down.
Our mind is part of our body. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Where is your level of irritability? Little things set you off and you feel like you're white knuckling when you're driving and you're gritting your teeth or grinding when you sleep. These kind of things, right?
Yeah.
And so not just listening to your body, but really being aware of your emotions and your stress levels and what your triggers.
For sure.
Keeping track of notes and those kind of things, that's going to be more effective. And really it's, if we can get our recovery up, we want to avoid the 1 or 2 steps back, because the best training session on the gym floor here, it moves the needle a little bit. But if we're not recovered, we're not fueling, we're not resting and whatever, and we either get injured or sick or whatever, well, now that's 1 or 2 steps back.
Yeah, awesome, cool. Well, this has been awesome. Learned a lot. Core, arms, hamstring recovery, sleep, nutrition.
We hit it all.
Yeah, let's just go out and run fast now.
Right on.